Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's video we're going to be continuing our journey of playing every single Final Fantasy, at least 1 through 16, in order to discover the lore and try to connect the games as much as possible. In today's video we're going to be completing the Marsh Cave. I'm going to be trying to skip through this as much as possible, or at least, pausing through the fights and stuff like that. And the reason why is just because I want to kind of just get to the key points of the Marsh Cave. We kind of already did a lot of this in the last video anyway, and we have a lot to discuss. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to get through. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pause my video and then unpause it during a time when it is something for me to talk about, which is going to be once we get to the crown at the end of this cave. Okay, this seems like a good place to talk because in my previous video, I was talking about how the Marsh Cave is more like a treasure storage room or storage house, whatever you want to call it, rather than an actual dungeon. There's really not many twists or turns, or it's not so much like a maze or a labyrinth or puzzles to solve. It's just rooms full of treasure and or monsters. So something to keep in mind, that this was at one point used as a treasure house or some sort of a storage for the elves for their treasure. Let's see if we can get this bat out of my way. Let's see if we can rough up some gargoyles here real quick. Okay, and if we come into the first room, that's a phoenix down that I found in there, and then we can kind of take a look. Some of the rooms don't have treasures at all. Some of them are empty. Some of them have 2 treasures, as a matter of fact. But most of them are treasures. Like, most of these are... It's just treasure. It's just a place for treasure. Anyway, our goal and our destination is to get here to this point, to this particular treasure chest that's surrounded by what seems to be statues, maybe? There's another one down there. And some more over there, and another mean one right there. Now, every single one of those is not necessary. Well, it's kind of like a mini boss. It's going to be regular encounters later on, but right now it's kind of what's the word? It's a little rough for your party. These are enemies that you wouldn't find as random encounters until later on when you're a much higher level. So to fight them now is it's a little intense. They hit very hard, especially when you have a party full of mages like me. We're just mages. Come on, die. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to collect all the treasures, and we will unpause the video when we get to the main treasure chest that we're trying to get to. Okay, I talked about this last video. This particular treasure chest that is located right there, it does have the last copper omelet that I was looking for. I think there's one more copper omelet in here too, but I could be wrong. Anyway, now all my mages have copper omelets, except for, of course, my red mage, who's kind of like my acting tank. Yes. Okay, we made it to the treasure chest in question. I'm going to go ahead and unpause it here so that we can talk and discuss about this. Now, this particular treasure chest, as you can see, is surrounded by some interesting statues. Now, when we get close to the chest, nothing will happen. But if we go to open the chest, monsters! Now, I don't think the monsters come out of the chest. I think that they're actually those statues that are kind of coming to life. And what we're going to find... Oh, nice preemptive strike. We're going to find these Pisco demons. I believe that's how you pronounce that. And these are... there's no way to flop it, toss it, turn it, however you want. These are mind flayers from Dungeons and Dragons. Anyway, it looks like they are sort of a like a biological defense mechanism that was maybe placed here by the elves or by somebody anyway, to stop looters from taking the treasure. Okay, and they maybe have been in a stone form all these years just waiting for some jerk like me to come and try to take the statues, and that's exactly, or not the statues, but the treasure rather, and that's exactly what I'm here to do. I'm going to take your guys' treasure away. It's mine now. I think this is a pretty good opportunity to just bust some magic. Like I said, these guys are, I believe these guys will end up being a random encounter a little bit later on. And right now, they will hit me very hard. So I'm really happy that I got a preemptive strike. I'm just going to hit these guys basically with everything I have right now, in hopes of not taking any hits from them. We did really good. Though I also am level... Oop, hold on. Okay, we got the crown. Remember, this is the crown that the supposed Elf King was asking us for, and now we have it. We made it out mostly unscathed, so I'm going to go get the rest of these treasures. I believe that's another one that's Pisco Demon battle. There's some more of them here, but there's no treasure according to the map. So I'm going to go grab all of those, and we'll probably meet you outside this place or upstairs. I haven't gone back to the first room and then gone north, so we could go that way too. Anyway. Okay, so right here we have a door that's been secured with the Mystic Key. That is super cool, right? Because the key was, I think we've talked about it before, but it was made by the ancestors of the people of Corneria. And so far we've found locked doors not only in Corneria, we found them in the Chaos Shrine, we find them in the Western Keep, we found them here in the Marsh Cave, we find them in the Dwarves Cave. At some point, they were locking up doors from everywhere. At some point, it seems like everybody was working together, right, to try to lock things up or hide things or maybe save things for a time when the Warriors of Light would show up. I have encounters off right now, so sorry. I am cheating. That door is locked as well. This is locked as well. And that one is too. So I would have just been running around getting myself killed anyway. Anyway, so just wanted to point that out, that's important to me, right? The Mystic Key was something that was shared, it seems, by like all the races. They all wanted to do something like that. Have a place where they can store stuff where it will be safe and kept for the heroes. Maybe they kept it for the Warriors of Light, right? For the prophecy. That's what it sounds like, as a matter of fact. It sounds like Lucan made his prophecy. Wait a minute, Lucan's not that old, right? To have been around when the key was originally made? Don't think so. Or maybe he was. Who knows? Either way, it's something to think about. Anyway, I'm going to, because I have encounters off, I'm just going to kind of show you guys. This is more of a lore video, okay? I'm trying to discover the lore and not so much how to survive millions of battles. Although I could do that too. If you guys want to see me fight for hours in here, I can do that. Anyway, here is a dagger. Who cares? We got plenty of those. This is just what's on the top floor here. Just a couple treasures, and then we're pretty much done with this whole cave. Excuse me, sir. Pardon me. Okay, no Mystic Key sealed doors on this floor anyway. We'll come in here. 2 more boxes. So, as you can see, I mean, it was less of a dungeon. I keep saying this, but it was less of a dungeon and more of just a treasure house of where we keep treasures. Go ahead and turn encounters back on. We do a couple fights. Just to kind of show you guys where I'm at, too. We're all level 17. I got a couple... when you have this many mages, things can get very expensive, but I do have a couple level 4 spells right there, and I do plan on buying a few more. I found quite a bit of gil in this place, too. Some ghastly ghouls. Chop them down. Oh, I got blinded. I think blind just goes away after battle, so it's like, who cares? Unless you're fighting a boss or something. Like, who cares? They are vanquished. We will vanquish these ghosts. Okay, and that's it. That's the Marsh Cave. Now, of course, if I had encounters on, that would have been a little bit crazier, but that's fine for now. It's not like I haven't played this game before. Keep getting preemptive strikes, though. That's kind of lucky. I don't know how that's happening. So, anyway, we're going to go ahead and bring the crown. You know, we have a lot to do now that we have the crown. So we're going to go ahead and bring the crown to the Western Keep, which is up here. Darn it, wolves. Darn wolves. Okay, once you've slaughtered all the wolves, we're going to get here to the Western Keep, which I still believe is like remnants of a civilization that used to be here. If I had to guess, it would maybe be the Dark Elves themselves. Why would this be the Dark Elf Keep, though? Well, because in the last video we met this guy, but I never told you who he was, and that's because I don't have to. He's about to reveal himself for who he truly is right now. Mwahahaha! You fools fell right into my trap. I am Astos, king of the Dark Elves. Shocked. You guys are shocked by this. With the combined power of the crown you now hold, and the crystal eye I already possess, I will become the true Elf King. It is useless to resist me. I can take what is mine by sheer force. And we get some kind of crazy boss music as we go to fight this guy. So, Astos the Elf, they all say that he's like a minor character. He's like a minor boss. Maybe that's true, okay, but I'm going to go ahead and kind of like my last video, I'm going to tell you that he's a very ambitious character, and holy cow, considering he was all by himself, he went into Matoya's cave, took her crystal eye, came into the Elf Kingdom, killed the Elf King, took off with all their treasure, laid a curse upon the prince to put him to sleep. Okay, he was able to manage and do this all by himself. And then when the Warriors of Light did appear, he even had a plan for us as well. The one thing he underestimated, though, was that the Warriors of Light are no pushovers. We are no pushovers. We are not very nice to Dark Elves. So right here is where his plan gets foiled. And foil it I shall. I'm not going to skip the boss fight, right? Because it's a boss fight. This is important. I don't think I'm going to be able to do much of that. Uh-oh, that's really bad. He does that? He can do that? Man, there you go. My friends are playing real games, and I'm stuck fighting this Dark Elf. I'm just kidding. I'm having a blast. I always have a blast making videos about Final Fantasy. It's been my favorite game in the whole wide world since I was like 2 years old. So doing videos like this is... Oh, man, that was scary. What the heck, man? He has some evil spells. Haste is an evil spell, okay? Anyway, it makes me very happy. It brings joy to my heart to be able to make this. It really does. To make it, to talk about it, it's just a blast. Just an absolute blast. Ow. Okay, he's done for. We're pretty high level, though. I think level 17 is where I'm at, and it's a pretty good level, I think, to be here. So, as you defeat him, he will give you a dump load of gil and experience points. He won't even whine and cry about anything because he's dead. And we're going to go ahead and take his crystal eye. So why did he need the crystal eye? Well, some say that he knew that Matoya was just going to make a jolt tonic to cure the prince. So he took the eye to prevent her from doing that. But he also mentions that he has the crown, along with the crown and the crystal eye he already possesses, he would then have the power to become the true Elf King. So it kind of hints on that the crystal eye was maybe a little bit more than just something for her to make potions with. He was able to maybe use this for some reason. I don't know why he overestimates himself so much, though. I mean, he does tell the Warriors of Light, all 4 of us, together, that he can just take whatever he wants with sheer force, and then, I don't know. I mean, maybe if his spells popped off, he could have casted death on me. Horrible things could have happened. But anyway, my point, though, with the whole dark elf thing, is to give credit where credit is due. Okay, that guy is a horrible villain, and he would have succeeded. He almost did. He almost succeeded in anything and everything that he set out to do. Now we won't be seeing him again until Final Fantasy IV Connections. Right, now you can argue that the Dark Elf in Final Fantasy IV is not Astos, and I'm going to have to argue that he definitely is, or at least some kind of a descendant of this Astos, right? Because in my theories of how these games are all connected, there's many, many years between each game. And maybe not all the games, because Final Fantasy VII and 8 definitely take place in the same world, and I don't really think they take place too terribly far apart. We'll get to that way later when we get to that. But this game being connected to Final Fantasy IV, definitely, I think it's the same guy. I honestly think it's the same Dark Elf, because he has like the same personality, he has the same sprite and the same exact look. I believe they just call him Dark Elf. I think they took the Astos name away, unless that's. What am I doing here? We need to get to the prince. Or no, we don't. What the heck am I talking about? Well, I'm going to use the inn anyway while I talk, and then we'll sail our boat up to Matoya. We need to get her crystal eye back as soon as possible. So if it is the same elf, if it is Astos that is in Final Fantasy IV, once again, what an amazing, gosh darn it, what an amazingly ambitious character, right? Who almost succeeds in that game too, and he has a plan to take care of the Warriors of Light and everything. Oh, Warriors of Light, I don't know, maybe we'll talk about that when we get to Final Fantasy IV, right? But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the pause button. Was there anything else I wanted to say about Astos? I definitely think that he is in Final Fantasy IV. I mean, like I said, he's got the same ambition. He has like these evil plans of stealing things. He sets his sights a little bit higher in Final Fantasy IV, as a matter of fact, because he's actually trying to steal crystals. And yeah, he does he? I think he does succeed. It's been a while since I played that particular one, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and see you guys back at Matoya's cave, and we'll give her back her crystal eye, do some dialogue, and we'll see you guys here in just a sec. In any event, here we are back at Matoya's cave, and this time I have her crystal eye. Let's give it to her and see what she has to say. Oh, what's this? My crystal eye. Give it here. Don't worry, I have something to give you in exchange. Take this potion. It's the most amazing potion in my entire collection. You obtained the Jolt Tonic. I can see again. I can see. You're still here? I don't need you anymore, so be on your way. You're not as attractive as I thought you'd be. Ew. Perverted old lady? Anyway, so I think I read somewhere on some website somewhere that Astos took the crystal eye from her to prevent her from making the Jolt Tonic. However, when we come and give her the crystal eye, she literally exchanges it with the Jolt Tonic. It's almost like, even without the crystal eye, she somehow knew that we were going to need this Jolt Tonic. She seems to be a powerful wizard and could probably help us in many, many different ways, but she seemed to know exactly what we were going to need. She seemed to know exactly the most important thing that we would need. So that's kind of cool, I think. She definitely did not need the crystal eye. at least to help us or to make a potion, right? She just kind of wanted it back because, well, that's how she can see. Now, what Astos was going to use that crystal eye for, I kind of don't know. I kind of just don't know. Anyway, now that we have the Jolt Tonic, we're going to immediately head back to the Prince. I think I'm about to level up. Well, my white mage is. We're hurt. And we're going to wake up the Prince. Remember, he's been sleeping for 5 stinking years, so the elves are probably going to be really, really happy to have him back and awake. I'm going to go ahead and head back to Elfheim, and I will see you guys there. Okay, here we are back at the Elven Castle with the elves. We're probably going to get some new... Astos stole the castle and placed a curse on our prince. Then he carted away, the castle's treasures. I think we already got this dialogue. I think once we save the prince, though, which we're going to do right now, we'll probably get some different dialogue. Let's go ahead and give this to the Elven Healer. This Jolt Tonic may be just what we need to break the curse and awaken the prince. I will try it at once. Here's something to think about, too. If he's been sleeping for the past 5 years, how come Matoya didn't just help him earlier? Did she lose her crystal eye 5 years ago? Does that even have anything to do with her potions? I don't know. Anyway, Your Highness. Your Highness! Bam, he's awake. I was having a terrible nightmare. Am I still dreaming? You're the legendary warriors. Something tells me I'm not dreaming. I shall heed the legend as it was told to me by my forefathers. The time for me to pass on the mystic key to its rightful owners has come at last. And we have the mystic key. And with the mystic key, we have a lot of backtracking to do. We've got to get back down into that marsh cave. We've got to get back to the Western Keep. We have a lot of places to go. But most importantly, we've got to get to Corneria because we've learned from the dwarves that in the treasure rooms of Corneria, they have locked away something called nitro powder, which we're going to need in order to leave this area of the game and move on to the rest of the world. Thanks to you, the prince is finally awoken. You have my undying gratitude. You've brought peace back to Elfheim. I know. I am awake and strong again. I don't know. After laying in a bed for 5 years, I'd be shocked if you could even walk, man. All because of you. Thank you, Warriors of Light. Oh, you're welcome, Elf Prince. Let's talk to some of the other elves and see if we get any kind of different dialogue. The prince is awoken. Thank you. We elves are the keepers of the key. When the Warriors of Light come, we shall entrust it to them. A foul creature lives in the cave to the west. The rotting of the earth is its doing. I just know it. So they're trying to hint us on to the next area of the game that we need to go to. And that is, what was the name of the town again? Melmond or something like that? Melmond. I've heard rumors of a witch who can brew a potion. We already did that. Sorry, bear with me here. That room right there, I believe, is sealed with a mystic key. The one in the northeast corner. We're going to go there real quick. Now that we have the mystic key, we want to open all the doors. And no crazy dialogue, no like, hey, you use the mystic key. You can just open the doors now. This treasure room has been secured with the mystic key. I know that. In here we have a mithril hammer, 800 gold, 700 gold, and bronze gloves. The mithril hammer is definitely for my white mage. And then the bronze gloves... No one can use that. Yeah, only the warrior can use those. Wah, wah, wah. That's okay. We can always sell them or something like that. So I'm going to head back into the town. I'm going to use the inn. I'm going to try to purchase any and all of the rest of the spells that I need for level 4. And then I'm going to show you what's in all the rest of the treasure chests that were locked all this time. Okay, I was walking around the town, and I forgot that these guys have new dialogue as well. This guy mentions that legend has it An airship, a vessel that can sail the skies, is buried somewhere. Interesting. This is the guy that talks about mithril. However, it's kind of funny that when you go to the weapon shop and the armor shop, there's no mithril here whatsoever. We happened to find a mithril hammer, but it was sealed away in one of the doors, one of the treasure houses within the castle itself. These blue guys, these sages, they still don't say anything. They just kind of don't say anything. I have some level 4 spells. All of my characters are missing at least one level 4 spell, which is a total of 10,000 gil, so I don't have that right now. So we're just gonna have to wait. However, once I get all the rest of the treasures from all the treasure houses that we're gonna go backtracking to find, maybe I'll have enough gil by then. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to head probably to the Western Keeps. I think that's where the closest Mystic Key door is. And I will see you guys when I arrive. Okay, here we are in the treasure house of the Western Keep. Inside box number 1, we're going to be ambushed by wraiths. Or are we? So it looks like I kind of... yeah, it looks like I kind of got the upper hand here. I'm going to go ahead and hit them with a Dia and see how they like that. How do you guys like holy magic? Light magic. Oh, they don't like that at all. They're dead. We got a falchion, which I believe is a sword for mostly the thief. Oh, the red mage actually can use that. Let's see if it's better than my broadsword. It's actually the exact same. I mean, it's the exact same. A sword that widens towards its tip. I don't even think weight is a thing in this game. Well, it is actually, because I think that affects your accuracy and your evasion and stuff like that. And then why is this? Oh yeah, no, we can't use shields. Okay, so inside this chest is also some monsters that want to get melted with my holy magic. Of course, it's not actually holy. It's just kind of... It's still light magic. Take that, undead fiends. Undead fools. Inside this treasure box is some steel gloves. That's just like the bronze gloves, except steel. We can't use those at all. Inside this chest is some more undead. So there's a lot of undead just hanging out and waiting for us. Wow, that hurt. How does this feel? Ghouls? Goons? Gooners? They're dead. Inside here's a power staff. A staff with good attack power. Okay, however, all it I mean, unless I'm wrong, if somebody knows something otherwise, please put it in the comments so that way we all know. As far as I know, though, these staves, or staves, excuse me, don't actually help boost any of your magic power at all. It's just kind of for auto-attacking, really. And as you can see, that lowers my accuracy, which tells me, even though we don't really have a weight stat, it tells me that it's probably heavier, and that's why the accuracy goes down. However, the attack goes up pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and give that to my black mage here, or one of my black mages anyway. And that's that. Next, we're going to go to the very bottom of the marsh cave and unlock all the doors that were down there. As we saw, there's a bunch more Pisco demons, so please be careful. I know I will. I'll meet you guys there in just a sec. Nice. I actually decided to unpause it because I kind of wanted to show off like a random encounter with my white mage and my black mage with their new weapons. So this is kind of where we're at. There's the power staff. That was a crit. However, the white mage is like really getting it with that hammer. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. The black mage is. He won't stop critting with that thing. Anyway, that makes getting through battles a lot quicker, especially these smaller ones that aren't very significant. I mean, you can just blow through them, basically. So we're going to head down this way. I'm just going to... Oh, darn it, we're ambushed. I'm just going to go ahead and pause the video for a second. I'll just get back to you guys when I make it to the treasure rooms. Okay, so down here at the very bottom basement of the marsh cave, there's actually a gentleman in here. Look at this gentleman. Excuse me, sir. Okay, it's not a gentleman. It's actually a bunch of Pisco demons. Anyway, so my theory with the marsh cave, I think I said this in the last video, but basically it's supposed to be like a treasure house of the elves. Whether it was for the dark elves or for the regular elves, who knows? Okay, but I think that they were trying to put their treasure house somewhere where nobody would ever really find it, and they ended up kind of building it in this marsh, and it's unfortunate because something happened that they did not expect. The marsh sank along with all their treasures. And I think it's been down here just like that ever since. I'm going to die. Oh, I am going to die. Help me. Somebody actually do something. You don't have to wait until every single one of them swings at me, okay? You guys can start doing stuff. My poor red mage. He did not deserve that. He did not deserve that. Luckily, in this version of the game, we can carry Phoenix Downs. I'm going to use one in this case. They hit very hard. Like really, really very hard. Probably going to use one of these. There we go. Now, do I also have to fight more because of the treasure box? You betcha. However, we're going to fight some anacondas at this time instead of Pisco demons. They hit less hard. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to give it to them. They hit less hard, but they can still poison. And for some reason, when my black mage gets angry, he goes a lot faster. In here we have a silver armlet. Amazing piece of gear. So there wasn't really another copper armlet, but there was a silver armlet which you could use to equip and then pass on your other copper armlet, which I don't really need to do because I just bought one and then found one. But as you can see, look at that defense. That's crazy. That's just as much defense as my red mage here with chainmail and a leather cap. Well, she has a leather cap too. Anyway, that's just as much defense as my red mage with chainmail. Definitely come back to get this. Now, are we going to be able to find silver armlets later on the game? Yeah, you bet. We'll be able to find them and buy them. Tag them and bag them. I'm going to head over to the rest of the treasure boxes now. We can just go there. I got encounters turned off. Let's go check them out. See if there's any more gentlemen waiting for me. So this is door number 2. There's just a treasure box in here. It's, of course, full of horrible demons that beat me to death the last time I faced them. I'm not going to take any chances. I mean, I think I'm just going to... I think they're weak to thunder. Yes, I really do believe that they are weak to thunder. So we could do something like this. Owie. Ow. Just kind of fry their little tentacle faces off. Inside this treasure box is going to be an antidote. Isn't that special? Two more doors to go. I can talk. And this one just has the Pisco demons, or at least their statues are standing right there. I think auto fights in that room, like the auto battles, will still spawn Pisco demons, just like this box right here. We're just kind of going to go with the same thing, so I'm just going to auto battle this. Please don't kill me. Please stop beating me. There's a little Blizzara from my little red mage. Ah! You guys really do hit very hard. I mean, it's very hard. And that one just had a little bit of gil in it, so I'm going to go ahead and use my last Phoenix down. I do have one more, right? Yes, I do. It's right here. And we'll just seal up, and I think that's pretty much it. We're all done with the Marsh Cave now, so I'm going to get us out of here. Okie dokie, here we are back at the Chaos Shrine. We're going to open up these treasure boxes now. This one contains a rune blade. Please be able to equip. Please be able to equip. Yeah. A sword that is effective against spellcasters. Hopefully my red mage makes it effective against everything. Okay, room number 2, we got 2 treasure boxes. One is something called the Werebuster, and the other one has a gold needle in it. Nice. The Werebuster is another sword. It's just like the Rune Blade, except it's effective against beasts. So you kind of have to weigh it out. Do I want to kill spellcasters, or do I want to kill beasts? I think beasts, because they're probably more... well, you're probably more likely to run into beasts than you are spellcasters. And even then, spellcasters are squishy, right? Trust me. I would know. Pretty squishy. We die a lot, actually. I just don't show those parts, okay? So that's the Chaos Shrine. Those were the chests in there. There's only 2 more places that I can think of that has anything sealed within. And we're going to go to Corneria Castle, which you actually have to go like this to get in. Okay, and I think it's both of those doors right there. We're gonna go around to the back and open up those. Just like that. And I think this guy has something to say. The time has come to use the key to open the doors. The equipment within is sure to help you. The treasure room has been secured with the Mystic Key. Yeah, not anymore. It's open. So we got iron armor, a tent, and some nitro powder. We're going to go blow the hole off of the canal. That didn't sound right. Anyway, I just kind of want to take a quick look at the iron armor, and yes, it's true. Only the warrior can equip that as well. What a bummer. This one has a saber, a mithril knife, and a cottage. Mithril knife, should be able to equip that on my black mage, and then... yeah. Yeah, you can equip that onto your black mage. Sorry, I was looking for something else, and then I kind of forgot what I was doing. No worries, no bother. No big whoop dog. Alright, so, yeah, we're going to give it to this guy. We're going to go ahead and give it to this mage, so now we all can auto-attack and be very, very fun, very fruitful, very bonky, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to bonk. Oh yeah, I got a saber from that chest, right? That's what I ended up getting. I think that's what I was looking for. We already have sabers, so it's useless. I don't even know why that's in there. Okay, so we got the nitro powder onto the dwarves. We're going to go talk to the dwarves about this nitro powder and see if they can put it to good use for me. Here we are, back with the dwarves. We're all level 19 now. We want to talk to them. Do they have any different dialogue? No, I don't think so. How do you guys even know about the Dark Elf and what was going on? Oh, I guess you keep in touch with the elves, right? You guys are friends with the elves? I don't think they have any different dialogue or anything like that, so I'm just going to go talk to Narek. Was that his name? We'll just give him the nitro powder right away. Here he is. Narek, yes, that's right. Nitro powder. The explosive force of this powder will help me the canal open in no time flat. I owe you, bairns. I don't think we want to get too close to this stuff. There we go. Now we can blast this rock to smithereens. What are you standing around for? That powder's set to blow. Unless you plan on going with it, you'd best get out while you still can. Yeah, I agree. Let's get the hell out of here. And it's going to show us what happens. This right here is going to open right up. Just like that. And then we can sail out. And we can go other places in the world. Well, he's happy. He's happier than I am. I cannot wait to see what lies out there beyond that canal. Okay. It sounds like he's going to grab his boat and head out there. Unfortunately, it doesn't really open up the cave itself anymore, but that's okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot this was also sealed with the Mystic Key. I'm glad I came in here. Okay, so cottage, some gil, mithril mail. What a bummer to not ever be able to use that. Oh, I lied. My red mage actually can use that. Let's put that on right away because I'm tired of getting dumpstered by enemies here. Let's open this one. Potion, ether, worm killer. I think that one's pretty close to the werebuster. It's actually effective against dragons, though. When do we fight dragons, right? This one has a great helm. Only the warrior can use that. And another tent. I don't know if I said it, but I got all my spells now. We're all maxed out on all of our spells, at least for now. At least till we get to the next town, which is going to be here in just a second. Here we are. So hop on out of the cave and get into a battle with some ogres. We're going to get ambushed and beat up. But while this is happening, I'm just going to tell you guys, I'm going to go to my boat. We're going to hop in it, and I'm going to show you from the canal where to go to get to the next town. Okay, this is the canal that we blew a hole in. And now we can go out of this little tiny area that we were in, and we can explore the entire rest of the world. Where we want to go now is this town right here. It wasn't very far away, was it? And this is where the earth is rotting. Okay, this is Melmond. As you can see, it's bad here. Okay, it's not just bad, it's all bad. Okay, there's not just a couple gravestones. There's gravestones all over the entire town. Hold on, there's some more up here too. See, they don't just have like one graveyard. It's literally everywhere. So what's been going on here? Well, from reports that I've gotten before I even came to this town, is that this place was being plagued by monsters at night. So at night, monsters come and attack. As well as you can see from the ground, the earth is in fact rotting. The grass is no longer really able to stay alive. It doesn't look like it's able to grow very well. Also, I'm kind of scratching my head too, because the guy in Provoca that I talked to about this town, he said he came from this town. How did you get to Provoca when the canal was closed? Suppose it's not impossible, right? Anyway, let's start by talking to some of the villagers and collect some more lore. Restore the crystals to grace. Yeah, I know. If the earth crystal regains its glow, life will return to the earth. The hills and valleys will again be green. I know, just like her hair. Stop by my father's shop, okay? Which one's your father's shop? Anyway, I'm just a farmer. Thanks for telling me. The vampire attacked, destroying our church and leaving our city in shambles. Is there nothing we can do to stop the ruination of the earth? There's nothing you can do, but the Warriors of Light can do something about it. So their church was destroyed. That's horrible. This must have been their church right there. Vampires don't like churches, I guess. Restore the crystals to grace. Yeah, we already know. Let's talk to these guys over here. The earth is decaying, and it's all the doing of the vampire that lives in the cavern of earth. Our town is in such rotten shape because he's blocking the flow of the power of earth. Will you stop him for us? The cavern of earth is to the south of Melmond on a peninsula called the Devil's Tail. It used to be the closer you got to that cave, the more fertile the soil. Now it's a barren waste. The giant living in the cave eats rocks. He'll eat just about any kind of rock, but I hear he especially likes gems. He can't get enough of them. Okay, so we have a lot to unpack there. We got a giant, right? Excuse me, I gotta talk to you about your giant. The giant living in the cave. Okay, just Gonna try to lure it up with that as much as I can. This guy's actually pretty important. This is Dr. Une. There's nothing I, the great genius Dr. Une, do not know. What? You've never heard of me? Inconceivable! I think he has more important dialogue later on. I want to say around the time we get the airship, maybe, but I'll double check that. Let's talk to this guy. In the cave on the southern tip of this continent lives a man named Sada. He is a wise man who knows much. I wonder if he has anything to do with Lucan. Maybe they're buddies. Maybe they're brothers. Who knows? I've heard that the ancients possess something with the power to make ships float in the sky. Okay, so here we are talking about the ancients again. The power to make ships float in the sky. So we talked to a dwarf back in the dwarf town, Mount Drugar, and that dwarf was telling us about something called a levy stone, which can make objects float. I wonder if we're talking about the same thing here. What do you guys have to say about this? What is my name? I've come all the way from Durgar to find out the spring hide of the Earth's decay. The reason why the Earth is decaying. That's my translation of that. Long ago, a prosperous civilization thrived in the Northland. Now it's fallen into ruin. So a prosperous civilization, would that be the ancients that we're all talking about? Or is there another civilization, perhaps? I think that sums it up for all the dialogue that we're going to get here. And you just want us to stop by your father's shop. Well, there's not much shops here. I guess we do have like a weapon shop and stuff like that. Let's take a look in here and see what they got. Who is this even for? Like who is this even for? I think this is for monks, maybe. We do have a long sword that we can buy. I don't know if I want it, though, because I just got so many amazing weapons. And I don't really have much gold. Whatever. Let's go ahead and buy it. A little bit higher attack power, but lower accuracy. I guess it kind of depends on what you really want to do. What you really want to do with that. Do you want it or no? I don't know. Having a hard time deciding on that one. Let's just go ahead and put on the worm killer. It does have higher attack power if nothing else. And anyway, I'm just going to show off kind of what's in town here. Isn't there an... Oh, north. North. I can get there. I can figure this out. Okay, there we go. Armor shop. So we have knight's armor. We'll never be able to afford that. And I don't need it anyway. And then silver armlets, as you can see, they're quite expensive. Nobody else can wear anything else, so we just really want 2 of these silver armlets when we have enough money, for sure. And then these spell magic shops should have level 5 magic inside here. As we can see, the red mage can still learn this stuff. We have a scroll of life. That's going to be wonderful. Diaga, and then bigger heal spells. So although my red mage can use Curaga, my red mage actually can't use any of the other white magic. That is for white mages only. At least until later on when we're able to change class. So let's head to the black magic shop and see what they have here. We have Fyraga. Amazing. We have Scourge. Teleport. As you can see, no one can use teleport. And then we have Slow Ra. So we will be able to afford those someday, at some point, at some time. Let's see. I don't think there's much else to do or to talk about here. I'm going to use a little bit of my gold here to just kind of get my characters in tip-top shape. I'm glad you don't charge any more than anybody else does. Melmond, that's wonderful. Okay, so I think I'm not allowed to use the cursor here. So where we're trying to go is the southern tip there, and I think that we have to cross through the giant that he was talking about first, or maybe that comes later. Anyway, whatever. The point is thank you all very much for watching this video. If you did, if you enjoyed it, please let me know that you enjoyed it by telling me in the comments below, or giving me a thumbs up. If you guys have anything that you'd like to discuss or anything you'd like to add, please share with me. If there's anything that I'm walking past or anything obvious that I'm missing, or just any fanciful thing that you guys want to talk about, please go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Maybe we'll discuss it. We'll talk about it in the next video and stuff like that. But for now, yeah, thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to go ahead and end our video here, and I hope that everybody has a good night, and I hope you'll all join me in the next one. Thank you so much.